All right, guys. So this video is going to look back at who made the playoffs, who didn't, good seasons and not, and what did I give them on their draft day. So without further ado, this is just going through by order of draft order. Um, what I gave them grades. So let's start with Darcy Johnson and Johnson. I said great start, but not sure about her 4 to 5 turn. Late round Lazard pick, not the best there. um, Call there. A after the draft, but then a B because of Fournette. And gave her a B, and she's solidly right there in the middle of the playoffs. Feel good about that. Andy, loved Dalvin Cook. That's what I said, but he didn't take his handcuff. Didn't need it this year. Um, I do like his top wide receivers. I did not like Robbie Anderson, but he could have done late better. But I gave him an A minus, and wouldn't you know it, he's right there in the playoffs as well. Now, Carrie Segroy, third pick. I gave her a C plus. I'll just cut to the chase there. Did not like our running backs, Aaron Jones and or Ronald Jones, but she that they've been so solid for her, and she's done really well. And so, um, she had Thielen, Hill, Jarvis Landry. Mike Williams hasn't really been doing much, but I gave her a C plus. But guess what? She's the 3 seed. LT. So all these people at the top of the 1, 2, and 3 spots, draft order, looking pretty good. LT, liked Allen Robinson, like Keenan Allen, obviously good. I had concerns with Mostert and durability. Oh, well, did you look at that? He's been out injured. Nothing flashy, not terrible, just a solid 10-3 season. Gave her a B plus. Boom. Now Mike P. Murray the F up. Loved the first 4 rounds. I said problem is going to be his wide receivers decisions all year. I said hopefully he'll hit with someone after Ty. Well, shoot, he didn't even hit Ty, so that was kind of an issue. I gave him an A minus. Kyler Murray, and I just, yeah, man, I had him as the best so far through the draft, but he did not pan out that way. As he missed the playoffs. Matt Starr, I gave him an A minus. Now he put up some points. He put up, I think, he was texting me, and I looked back. He put up the second most points, but he missed the playoffs this year. Loaded at wide receiver, and I said his running backs were lacking. But actually, I thought his team was pretty lit, and he should do some damage. And well, he did damage. He just didn't get in the win column as well, which is all right. Um, but if you're not in the playoffs, you're not in it for the long haul. So all of these teams, aside from, well, I wouldn't say all of them. Mike P, I had a good draft grade. Matt, I had a good draft grade. Neither of them got in the playoffs. Now let's get into Lamario's. He wanted Lamar, he got Lamar, but he had an awful running back crew, really awful. Lamar underperformed, and that's really where he had issues because couldn't keep up with Lamar, not doing Lamar things. And so for him, I had given him a B plus, but because when Lamar didn't do what Lamar does, did not end up with a good season. Uh, so far, I haven't really given anyone a bad grade that really ended up having a bad team until now. Kerry Dunlap, bad running backs. Chubb was good. Ingram was, I said, would be solid in spurts, but Chubb got injured. Ingram was not solid. It was pretty bad. And she had Dak as her QB. I wasn't sold on her receivers, and I gave her a C plus, and she finished about a C plus. Bradley, man, I gave him too much credit. I said he loves Edwards Hilaire, but can't say that I feel the same, and we saw that. He has not done the greatest this year so far. Um, he hasn't been terrible, but he hasn't been the pick that he thought that he would be. Um, he did have good, solid first 3 rounds of running backs, but I'm pretty sure recently his running backs have been the issue. Having said that, um, Hurst, he had Hayden Hurst, did all right. I gave him a B plus. I was wrong. Next, we got Joe Segroy. He missed the playoffs. I gave him an A. I was concerned about his running backs, but I did like the balance that he had overall. Um, I felt like his balance was going to be pretty good. He had some good tight ends, and then maybe he could use one in the flex. He had Mahomes, and he had drafted Armstead. But if he had gotten James Robinson instead of Armstead as a late running back pick would have been obviously a lot better. James Robinson's the number 4 running back. But I gave him an A, and he is out of the playoffs. DT, I only gave DT a B. Unproven Jonathan Taylor. But I said DT was looking good. I liked his first 5 rounds. He didn't want, he took 2 stud QBs, Aaron Rodgers and Josh Allen, has been crushing it. James White had some spurts here and there, gave him a B, but I mean, the guy's been doing nothing but points. Jair, I gave him a B+. That's about where he is also. Good starting running backs. He has Eckler back now. He had the handcuffs, so that was good for him. We've got Kenyon Drake and then Chase Edmonds, right? And so I did say he snagged OBJ right in front of me, and I was hoping to get him in the 3rd. I'm glad I didn't get him. Wouldn't have mattered. My team sucked. I took Ertz, I think, there instead, and that didn't turn out much better. But I hate to say it, but I got to give him a B+. Patty, out of the two spot, I felt, what did I say? Out of the 2 spot, I felt this draft was perfect. ESPN has him second to last in terms of, I guess, how they ranked him. But I had him first. That's what I said. Or maybe this wasn't in order of draft order. Holy man, I don't know. Anyways, I have him loaded at running back and managed 3 really nice wide receivers. We saw how his team did this year. Made some trades. Traded Gurley for Aaron Jones now, and is looking like a real playoff contender. I thought Coleman would be nice. Coleman was not nice. Thought Hooper would be better. Hooper was not as great. But Big Ben, has really, he stayed healthy, and that's really helped him. I gave him an A+, and I wouldn't, obviously he didn't have the best team at the end of the year, but not terribly far off. I gave myself a C-, and let's all be real, like, that's where I was. I felt good when Mixon slipped to me, is what I said, but that's all I felt good about. I ended up drafting Cam Akers. He did nothing up until the last couple weeks. He's been on like half the league's teams this year. Breda and Breda was nothing, and just bad. I said my wide receivers weren't bad. I had Fuller and Devonta Adams, but Fuller got suspended. I ended up taking Keyshawn Vaughn. Remember when he was the thing? I think I probably even started him 1 week. Really bad. With Fournette out, that was going to be better. Gave myself a C-. That's pretty much where I was. I was crappy. So that's kind of the draft recap, looking at where I had graded people and where they turned out. I wouldn't say I missed the mark too much. I don't know. I'll let you guys decide. I'll come up with another video tomorrow before the games, looking at some of these matchups.